All right, using my completely original idea of carrying around a basket, but as you guys should already know, Trey, Mr. 24 Yep himself, and I are friends, and a fun BMX sticker that makes it kind of awkward, but yeah, what are friends for? But no. What we are here today to see is essentially what tow setup I have. So let's try to get everything in frame. The nice thing is you have to run a bolt upside down. Can't use the tow hitch ball. Just slide that on. I use an M2.5, so it's the same nut as any of the wheels on the 4Ms. And that's how it sits. I'm stoked on it. When you actually put the truck on there, it squats it down, so it's been kind of difficult. Well, I'll run through everything, but this is how it looks when the truck's loaded. I'm stoked on it. And let's run through everything. So for the trailer, I was most stoked on this part. I got this one because my son really wanted the little ramps to go out on the back, and they just stick right down below, so you can just yank them out when you need them, and they're magnetized in there. This one definitely is better than this one. This one comes out sometimes driving around, but this is not really how it looked when it came out of the box. You can see other mounts. It had fenders going over. It had suspension. The wheels with the tires that actually came on here were probably the size of just this wheel itself, and the tires were rock hard. But yeah, dual axle suspension with fenders, super tiny wheels. It has the different mounting holes right here to get everything dialed in. My OCD, it's not welded exactly symmetrical, but whatever, it works. Now, the biggest thing that I was happy about is it just so happened these two holes in the axle, I don't remember what they were for or if they were even for anything, but they lined up perfect with holes that were already in the trailer bed, and I bolted it on there to get it down lower, so when the ramps are out, it actually is like that. If you've already seen the video that I've made with this trailer, the ramps were like this when it still had the suspension and these wheels on here. So these are just some stock TRX4m wheels with a Traxxas 62mm tire, but this trailer I'm so stoked on, and the only way to actually get these wheels off is to reach, okay, so to unscrew it here. So here it just dangles around. There used to be a second bearing, but these wheels with the hexes are wider, so this is how I had to do it. It works. If I want to change this wheel, I have to take it off like this, but that's just threaded, and it actually has, like I already said, I took a bearing out, but it actually had two bearings in there, so it's still running on a bearing itself, and this cost the same price as the Enduro one, but I feel like you got so much more. So I have a spare axle, I have ramps, and I need to probably put stiffer inserts in here, but so stoked on this. This is just a rod end to actually go on the screw on the back of the trailer, or back of the truck, Land Rover, and yeah, So stoked for that. And then, I don't know, kind of simple, but very happy. So as for our Land Rover, I traded my son my old Chevy body for his Land Rover because I absolutely love how this thing looks. As for the build, it is pretty basic. Most of it is, well, all of it besides the suspension links are just things that we had laying around. So, stock motor, stock ECM, clearly just run stock batteries, stock everything. Well, the only things that have changed on it, as you can see, the shock mounts. So just run the Enduro ones on the front because on our main trucks we run the rear ones, so we just have spare front ones. Muse rear shock towers just because it is what it is, and yeah, spare of that because my son has the front in his truck. We have Endura 24:1 transmission gear ratio. I put the internal metal drive shafts on this one since I'm running the Endura U-joint ones on my truck now. We have the Trio 16% overdrive, front diff gears, have a Muse Muse brass steering or servo mount, the little Endura metal piece here. I don't know, one of my friends gave it to me, so I'm using it. Upgraded Traxxas servo before I knew better, and Traxxas steering knuckles before I knew better. But running mostly bearings in this, I think. The only thing that I had to buy for this is the Muse aluminum high clearance link suspension links. Wish they weren't the high clearance ones, wish they were just straight, but stoked that they're aluminum. I still, hands down, think the Traxxas ones are way better, but I'm stoked that these are aluminum and like a third of the price or less than the Traxxas aluminum ones. They're ridiculously priced. As for the wheels right now, I have the Baja Traxxas tires still rolling right now, just what I'm using. So I have foams in here just because these tires tend to be pretty stiff. Have a set of Trio wheels with a 6 slot cutout, and I actually have the Endura brass rings front and back to try to get some weight on this, to adapt these tires on here. But essentially everything isn't perfect with this. Well, as a truck itself, everything runs perfectly. I also have this little just random band of some sort to hold the front end down, so when I'm towing it's not major butt sag. But yeah, essentially my guesstimate is this is probably something in the 500s. I'd be shocked if it was 600 already. So when I drive it without the trailer, I undo the band in the front so the front can lift up, but I pretty much always have the trailer on this, so I just keep the band on front, and when it's towing, it squats like that. But this truck is so light compared to my actual, truck that I love and that I use all the time. This weighs right around 730. Like I said, I think this would probably weigh 5. I'd be shocked if it's 550 or more. But yeah, I'd probably do a 6x6. But if I was doing any aggressive or mild off-road or medium to aggressive off-road, highly recommend a 6x6. For this, it's just fun. Like I said, the truck is basically just spare parts. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about this. I'm stoked on it. And yeah, let's just get it running up and loading up. All right, once we get up here, you'll be able to see the back of the Land Rover kind of sink down with the weight. So yeah, you can see it just sink down, but this is how it is. It functions. I'm stoked on it. I highly think it is worth tinkering with this trailer to get it to work, because I think it, well, so that's why you put the nut on there, which I clearly did not do. But it just settles right back in. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about this. I'm stoked on it. My son is stoked on it. This is something that he can drive around and enjoy too. And also when he's just driving his truck around with the trailer on, I can tow mine with this and run this around. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. I'm stoked on this. Hopefully you guys are too. I plan on doing more scale videos, and this is the setup for it. So yeah, thank you guys. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe, do all the good things, help me out. And all right, cool. Storage is full. Like this video. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you guys in the next one.